Hey everybody, we've got a lot of really good pastors, as I've told you in the past here in Mt Juliet. We're really blessed with that. And I'm here today with Pastor Mike Cole with New Tribe Church. Mike, you're the associate pastor here, right?
Yep, executive pastor here. Been here from the beginning.
Very cool, very cool. And you guys know me. I'm Eddie Poole with the Eddie Poole team at Keller Williams Realty. So Mike, you've been here from the beginning, you say?
From the very beginning, yeah. So we're a little over 5 years old right now.
Okay.
But I was blessed to already be in Mt Juliet when the team arrived. So I even got to be part of the early just interest meetings at the Holiday Inn Express, then over to the funeral home, before they built the Christmas store there, and then over to this plaza a year later. So yeah,
that's awesome. And you've got youth ministry here and a big children's ministry, right?
Yeah, we do. Our church is a very young, family-oriented church, and so we have I think somewhere around 30% of ministry being done on Sunday morning is children.
Oh, that's cool.
So a lot of kids.
Very cool. And how many services do y'all have on Sunday mornings?
We've been in 2 services for the summer. For 10 weeks, we're doing a 10 for 10 challenge thing where we're asking our people to kind of combine to one service, just really enjoy kind of meeting all the people that maybe they haven't even met yet.
Right.
Like a lot of churches after COVID, and we had a flood that we had to deal with as well. We feel like we have a different church right now than we used to. And so getting people to really get to know each other, serve together, and we're going to have about 4 or 5 just hangouts after the service as well, which one service makes it a little easier to do that, and then we'll go back to 2 services in the fall. But right now we're just going to be going to a 10 a.m. starting Memorial Day weekend.
That's cool. You mentioned the flood, Mike. How did you see the community of Mt Juliet and the church and everybody come together after you guys basically lost everything in the flood, right?
We did. Anything below about 3.5 feet, it was just washed away, just gone.
So it was literally up to here in this room.
Yeah, it almost crested our stage. It was pretty unbelievable. The cool thing was as early as that afternoon of the flood, the week before Easter, we saw churches just jumping in and bringing checks and offering their buildings. And we even had a church who said they would move their services and let us have their 10 a.m. slot on Sunday morning. Like, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
The businesses, the people who just just made sure that we didn't feel like we were alone. So we felt very blessed not only to be a part of this community, but almost reinvigorated our belief and hope for the church in general. Yeah. That we really are a bigger family than just one gathering. That we saw people just gather around us. So we feel very blessed to be Mt Juliet.
Mike, tell me a little bit about Pastor Mike Cole. Maybe your family, your background. Where'd you come from before you were here?
Yeah, so I've lived all over the United States. My dad was a pastor as well, so I'm a pastor's kid. I think I was in church a week after I was born, and I barely missed a Sunday since. So that's kind of my background. I really tried to avoid ministry, to be real honest. Love Jesus, love the church, but it's not an easy life.
Right.
And so I got a business degree, got a music business minor up in Indiana at Anderson University, then came down to Nashville back in the mid-'90s and started working for a company called EMI Christian Music Group. They've been bought by Capitol Records at this point, but had a season where I felt like God just kind of gave me the desires of my heart. He let me do something that was in my heart for a long time to do. And after a couple of years, through a pastor up in Ohio, he called and said, "Hey, I just feel like you're supposed to be a pastor and come help me pastor this church." And so my wife and I prayed and really felt like God was saying, "Hey, I'll let you do what you want to do. Now do what I want you to do."
Right.
And so we gave our notices at our jobs and moved to Ohio. I literally told God on the way up in the U-Haul truck, I was like, "I'll give you 2 years." That was about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And God has just been gracious throughout the whole thing to not only over and over meet us where we were and be a blessing to us, but allow us to grow through those seasons so we can be a blessing to other people around us. So,
that's awesome.
So really, I love being in full-time ministry. I tell people all the time I do it because God told me to do it.
Awesome.
My dad said years ago when I was a kid, anybody who does ministry that isn't called is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a calling. It's not something that's for the faint of heart, for sure.
Absolutely. So Mike, one thing that may surprise people when they come into the building here at New Tribe, it's a strip mall. You kind of think maybe it's going to be a one-room worship, but man, it goes on and goes on. Every time you turn a corner, it feels like, but wait, there's more.
Right. Now we get that often. People walk in, they're unsure because you see that kind of front space. It's one little single door. We're trying to add another one right now. But you walk in and people are like, "Okay, so where's the church at?" And you kind of, like you said, turn the corner and there's a kind of a entryway into our worship center, which for anybody who was back here when there was a bounce house here, We tore down one of those huge walls of the 2 big rooms and made one big open room. So we have a lot of seats in there, a lot of space. But it is kind of, there's a wow factor to it. You walk in, you're like, oh, this is bigger than I was expecting it to be. Right. On any given weekend, we have around 450 people throughout our spaces. So we really have 3 spaces in the strip mall. Right. This main one in the corner, our office space, and then right in the other side of the barber shop, that's where our elementary kids do ministry over there. There's a kind of an auditorium space, and they split up into small groups over there as well. But we'll have somewhere between 100 and 150 kids and workers every Sunday in those kids' spaces. Very cool. Happening.
So Mike, I really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us, and you're as our pastor of the month. And as part of that, we've got a deal with Lifeway that you'll get a free CSB Bible. Nice. And so we really appreciate everything that you do. And if you're looking for a church, there are a lot of really good ones, and New Tribe is one of them. So I encourage you to come down and see Pastor Mike Cole here at New Tribe. And if you're looking for a house, whether to buy or sell, I appreciate you giving me a call. I'm Eddie Poole with Eddie Poole team at Keller Williams Realty. We love to lead people home, so give us a call.